Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're in Battle for Azeroth. With the end of the war campaign coming out, I thought it would be a good idea to take a look at the variations in the war campaign story so far if you choose to be a Sylvanas Loyalist rather than backing Saurfang, because I think most people have probably backed Saurfang so far in the campaign. So let's take a look at the way the story changes if you choose to be loyal to Sylvanas. The first variation will come after you've been asked to look for Saurfang. At the point where the Dark Ranger leaves you, you're given a choice as to whether you're going to help Saurfang.
Further action until you hear from me again. Understood?
So the Dark Ranger leaves you, and as soon as she's left, you'll see just behind me a question mark's just appeared. That is Zappy Boy, Zakan the Troll, the one from the famous Old Soldier cinematic.
Greetings, my friend.
And he gives you a choice. He asks us to go and help Saurfang, at which point he'll offer you the quest Grim Tidings.
The Horde.
If you choose not to help them, there is an option, I will not betray my Warchief, troll, and it does warn you that that will change your story. And the quest you now get is for the Queen. You choose not to side with the traitor Saurfang and his troll lackey. Now that you know where Saurfang is and who is with him, you should report to Sylvanas to see if she has any further orders. Meet with Lady Sylvanas Windrunner in Orgrimmar. And that is your first point of departure in the story. So those who are loyal to Sylvanas will choose to ignore Zakan's plea for help and instead go and report their actions to their queen. Back in Orgrimmar, it's time to report what we've discovered. We now know where Saurfang is and that the troll Zakan is helping him out.
There will be a new future for the Horde.
For the Queen, your loyalty will not go unrewarded, champion. Lyanna departed here only moments ago. I have dispatched the Dark Rangers and a contingent of loyal Death Guard to apprehend the traitor Saurfang in Swamp of Sorrows. He may come peacefully, or he may not. Your hands should not, in any case, be blooded in this confrontation. You are to remain a hero, golden in the eyes of the people, as we have need of. And, as for that troll you mentioned, I have special plans for him. If you chose to take Zakan's quest to help Saurfang, you would have helped defend Saurfang against Lyanna and the other Dark Rangers when they went to apprehend him. So you do get to hear what happens regardless of which side in the conflict you choose to be part of.
Serve the Horde. I never doubted you for a moment. For the Horde!
For the Horde, my queen! The next variation in the story is when the Bluff Watcher Proudscar comes and gives you a quest, Righting Wrongs. Champion, I come with an urgent request from Baine Bloodhoof. He asks that you meet him at Plunder Harbour to help him with a sensitive situation. You must tell no one of this request, Shaman. Ancestors, watch over you. But when the quest pops up, instead of just being asked to meet Baine, as you are if you followed Saurfang, if you followed the Queen, it asks you to report this meeting first to Nathanos on the ship. And if you look at the options that pop up in his dialogue, there's one that says Baine Bloodhoof has requested that I help him with a secret task. That's the one just there. But there's also the option of asking where Derek Proudmoore is. And he tells us that Derek Proudmoore is being kept in the Hall of Ritual until preparations are complete to properly twist his mind. Try not to get in the way. So we are told, because we're loyal, where they've got Derek.
For the Dark Lady.
And then if we click on the Baine option, He says, "So Bloodhoof wishes to act in shadow. We must know what he is planning. Go along with his little task. You are under my protection, so do not worry if you need to get your hands dirty to keep up the ruse. Just do whatever he asks of you and return to me with your findings." So we're still asked to go along and help Baine with whatever he wants to do, but Nathanos then wants us to report what happens to him and promises to protect us whatever happens. You are also given the option to not report what happens with Baine, so it appears that at most steps you are allowed to backtrack on your original choice of whether you were to be a Sylvanas Loyalist or not. After helping Baine free Derek Proudmoore and return him to his sister Jaina, you then report back to Nathanos Blightcaller with Under False Colours. So not only did Baine and Zelling conspire to free Derek Proudmoore, but they turned him over to our enemy. They have signed their own death warrants. Your assistance in this matter is appreciated. The Dark Lady will know of your loyalty. So the reason Sylvanas knows what Baine has done and sets up to arrest him is because the Sylvanas Loyalists have told Sylvanas what Baine did, and that is why he gets arrested.
Get moving.
Once we've arrived in Nazjatar, Lothar Theron has now got to the point where he's questioning his loyalty to Sylvanas, and when you get the quest Old Allies, Lothar asks us to meet with some allies in the Cleft of Shadows. He thinks it's time that we free Baine.
That is best in the Horde. We cannot stand by and let his light be snuffed
And
out.
if you're a loyalist to Sylvanas, this quest asks you to meet with Nathanos in Nazjatar. So here you can see the location of Nathanos in Nazjatar.
And that choice will have consequences.
Lothar does warn us that our choices are going to have consequences, whoever we choose to support, and Lothar has decided that he just can't allow Baine to die. This is the thing that's tipped him over the edge and where he wants to be disobedient to what Sylvanas wants. So we head off now to speak to Nathanos. And we meet up with him sort of in the middle of nowhere, at the edge of some rocks. And this is the location on the map.
What is it?
What news do you have for me? Lothar is building a team to free Baine.
Dark Lady. So, Lothar shows his true colors at last. A pity he has sided with Baine. But I am not entirely surprised. This is not his first betrayal. Play along for now. I'll send word ahead. These traitors are in for a surprise once they reach Bloodhoof.
So as a loyalist, we now know that there's going to be a trap awaiting when people come to free Baine Bloodhoof. In the scenario to free Baine Bloodhoof, once you have beaten Lenara in the duel to distract people from Thrall and Saurfang going through the area, Lenara will ask you to follow her and speak to her. She'll take you back in the direction that you've just come from, and when you meet up with her, you'll find someone else with her, an undead girl.
My arrows strike true.
The Dark Lady anticipated traitorous meddling, but we did not know when it would come until you told us. Now that the guests have arrived, shall we begin the entertainment? The traitors must believe you are on their side. None of our guests have been told you are loyal to the Horde. They will show no mercy. Show none to them. The Dark Lady does not wish to lose such a valuable asset as yourself. Alchemist Spiteblood will provide you with healing potions. You will need them. For the Horde!
I serve the Banshee Queen.
So now we have a potion button in the middle at the bottom of our screen so that we can survive better in the fighting that's to come. So this will make the scenario a little bit easier if you're a Sylvanas Loyalist, because you've got more healing power available to you. And then we go back to join Firefang and Thrall and continue with the scenario.
Thrall.
Jaina, the Alliance? Here?
Our king sent us to rescue his friend.
We too have come to save Baine.
His odds will improve if we work together.
Agreed.
Time is short. Let's move.
After Baine is freed, we return to Lothar Theron in New Home in Nazjatar. And then we're asked to report our findings to Nathanos. Again, we go to the same location as where we found him before we went to free Baine. In the middle of nowhere, just up against some rocks.
Make it quick.
State of execution. A pity Bloodhoof and all the rest survived. Our Warchief has anticipated this outcome, however.
Make yourself use Sylvanas, Thrall, and the Alliance. It is vexing to allow our quarry to believe they escaped us. But we must trust in the Warchief's plan. Soon, your loyalty will face an even greater test. I do hope you prove worthy of the Dark Lady's favor.
And he leaves behind the Queen's orders. The scroll is stamped with the Dark Lady's sigil. So let's open it and read it. Nathanos, the next phase of our campaign is at hand. Sail out with what remains of our fleet. The blade will guide you to the rendezvous. Casualties on both sides will be substantial. Consider this an opportunity to weed out the disloyal. The threads we have woven with such care will soon be drawn together. The war is serving its purpose. Stay focused on the endgame. You know what is to come. We have been through so much together, you and I. Trust in me as I have ever trusted in you. Sylvanas. And that brings us to patch 8.2.5, and then we can see what happens in the next episode. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy gaming!